see's my own silhouette. I'm getting stronger, step by step. The clock is ticking, but there's no time for regrets. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe, trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Yeah. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Feel like a dynamite, ready to explode right up in the sky. I need you to listen, I need you to hear, and don't show any fear. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe, trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Yeah. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe, trying to protect your soul. I'm walking alone, the streets are empty. The only thing I can see is my own silhouette. I'm getting stronger, step by step. The clock is ticking, but there's no time for regrets. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been.
Good morning. There are no more international breaks now until March. We are back, folks, for the Premier League, and it is not going away until March. To start you off on today's Saturday, which is a doubleheader on Realltom football, it is Burnley against Chelsea at Turf Moor. Should be a treat, should be interesting. Let's get the intros rolling, because Burnley against Chelsea is the start of many, many Premier League fixtures now until March.
Time for cities and towns to start dreaming again. Walking in the footsteps of giants. Incredible! I do not believe my eyes. This is extraordinary. Greatness awaits.
Good morning, everybody, folks, and welcome back aboard to Realltom Football. My name is Tom, and I'll bring you the watch-along on this Saturday lunchtime for Burnley to take on Chelsea live in the Premier League. If you do are watching on the replay, please do make sure that you are leaving a like on the screen and subscribe. And if you are new, and thank you very much indeed, folks, to every choice here today. Kickoff is coming your way at 12:30 in the Premier League. It is Burnley against Chelsea. And just a couple of weeks ago, you'll remember that I was at Turf Moor myself as an Arsenal fan. So it is a long trip for those Chelsea supporters, and it's a very early kickoff time, but it is on TV, and we are going to be watching it. So, yeah. Ashik is here. Welcome aboard to you, good to see you. Welcome aboard. Just a reminder for you all as well. This weekend, it is Derby Day in North London. That is correct. Tomorrow, you can join us at 4:15 because it is the North London Derby at the Emirates Stadium. All the build-up is from 4:15. Kickoff is at 4:30. It's a huge occasion. It is Derby Day in London, and you will see promos across the streams in the build-up to that North London Derby, which is huge. It is just a double header today on Realltom Football due to a Christmas light switch on, which is happening in my local area later. So it will just be this one and the 3 o'clock focus, but a huge game against Newcastle against Manchester City is kicking off at 5:30 later. So we're back then, folks. It is Derby Day tomorrow, and yes, that is all I can really think. No, I've just explained that I won't be here for it. And I also put, look, the intro, the purple intro, it would say with Newcastle and Chelsea, it would have Newcastle on it. It didn't have Newcastle on it. I did that for a reason. I don't normally advertise the 3 o'clock focus in that first intro, but today I did to indicate that I'm not doing that later game because of Christmas lights switch on, which is at 6. And it's not going to rain today, so I'm not going to want to miss it. So, yeah, we are here with the Monster. There is Coke, but we're saving that for tomorrow. We've got the usual Saturday snacks, such as jam, biscuits, and the Pringles for tomorrow as well. There has been no snow in my area. There has been a bit of rain, but the forecast is indicating that the rain will be over by that point, and we will have a Christmas light switch on that is not wet. And I am echoing because of cans. So if you bear with me, I'll move the echo-ness out of the way. And yeah, folks, Burnley, not too bad. Bit of a disappointing one against West Ham, not going to lie, but they aren't doing too badly. And you guys will have all watched my Premier League predictions yesterday, I'm sure. If you haven't, go check them out. And I honestly think that for Burnley today, there's definitely a chance for them to cause Chelsea problems. Chelsea are a very vulnerable team, quite weak. I'm not going to lie to you when I say that. They're vulnerable. They're not that good. But you can make them look good by not performing to the standard. And I feel like Burnley have kind of done that at home to the big teams so far this season, performed okay to make the big teams look not as good. I mean, I don't think they made us look too good at Turf Moor because we only won 2-0. And really, we wanted a 3-0 win. Liverpool, very nearly, were held to a draw. So Burnley most certainly have got that in them to make these type of teams look a little bit worse than what they actually are, or not as good, because Burnley are turning up to these home big games with a standard and with an authority about them. So it's most certainly not going to be easy for Chelsea, but I think they'll get the win. Well, it is time for the team news and the match information. So if we go to PremierLeague.com, how I've missed saying those words, for the team news and the match information and a look at the league table going in to game week 12 and going in to the North London Derby, which is tomorrow. Arsenal and Tottenham are separated by 4 places. It is a 8-point gap between us both. And for the Arsenal, it is a huge chance. If Newcastle do get at least a point against Manchester City, and City drop points for us to extend our lead once again and move potentially up to 29 points with all 3 points at home to Spurs. Spurs themselves, though, if they get the 3 points, which I hope they don't, can move on to 21 points to within 1 point of Manchester City and above Chelsea, dependent on their results against Burnley in this match today. Let's have a look at Burnley then. They are just outside the relegation zone by goal difference. -8 to -10 is what's keeping them alive. A win today against Chelsea or a point would be vital. West Ham's fixture against Bournemouth is not easy and they're guaranteed to lose. So a huge chance for Burnley here as well to potentially pull away from West Ham a little bit. But it's very tight at the bottom. But the 3 points would be as valuable as to get them on to terms of being above Newcastle by 1 point into 14th place. And Newcastle faced with playing Manchester City later. Chelsea can move on to 20 points with a draw. 21 points with a draw. That would be 1 point behind Manchester City and 2 points clear of Sunderland. If they get the 3 points, they will move on to 23 points to within 3 points of us. Oh, God. The heat's turning up. Come on, you Clarets. Today's 3 o'clock kickoffs include Bournemouth against West Ham, Brighton against Brentford, Fulham against Sunderland, Wolves against Crystal Palace, and Liverpool against Nottingham Forest, which is most certainly the most interesting out of all of those. And then that huge game between Newcastle and Manchester City at 5:30. Super Sunday is Leeds against Villa, and Arsenal Spurs will be live for both of those tomorrow. Manchester United against Everton is the Monday night football to finish game week 12. Let's take a look at our team news then. It is Burnley against Chelsea at Turf Moor and the form guides. Yes, so 2 wins, a loss, and then another 2 wins for Chelsea. 3 clean sheets out of the last 4 at 5 for them. So not too bad. Beating Spurs 1-0 and Wolves 3-0. So not a bad form for Chelsea going into this one. Obviously, that huge win against Liverpool coming back in match week 7. Burnley, it is 2 straight defeats going into this one. But losing to Arsenal is not a surprise for them. That was a little bit disappointing. Really good win away to Wolves. They beat Leeds confidently, as they should. So, for me, the form guide is just about right for Burnley. Burnley are probably where they need to be and where they should be, where you'd expect them to be right now when it comes to the fixtures they're winning and what they're doing. Okay, let's take a look at the teams then. Martin Dubravka begins in goal, a back 4 of Hartman, Esteve, Twanzebe, Axel Twanzebe, I believe that is it? It is. And Kyle Walker playing behind the midfield, which is split into 2 parts, seeing a defensive to Florentino and Josh Cullen, who is the captain for Burnley, in a defensive midfield 2 behind the attacking 3 of Anthony, Jaden Anthony, former Bournemouth player, I believe. Yep. Leslie Ugochukwu, former Chelsea player, and Chashawina. And then leading the front is Zian Fleming, and on the bench for Scott Parker and Burnley is Jacob Brun-Larsen, Lyle Foster, Marcus Edwards, Max Weiss, Hjalmar Ekdal, Lucas Perez, Armando Broja, a former Chelsea player, not sure whether that's a loan or not, was injured, in fact, for Albania against England. Hannibal Medri and Josh Loren on that bench for Burnley. Then for Chelsea, it is a back 4 of Reece James, Trevor Chalobah, Tosin Adrabio, and Mark Cucurella playing in front of goalkeeper Rob Sanchez, behind the attacking defensive midfield 2 of Andre Santos and Enzo Fernandez. Then the attacking 3 sees Jamie Bino Gittins, João Pedro, and Pedro Neto behind lone striker of Liam Delap. On the bench for Chelsea, there is no Cole Palmer due to a toe injury, but there is Benoit Badiashile, Philip Jorgensen, Realltom, Moises Caicedo, Malo Gusto, Josh Ashimpong, Mark Guyu, Estaval, and Alejandro Garnacho. Those are the teams. Burnley against Chelsea is the Saturday lunchtime game, and it is the only live game for us today on Realltom Football. We'll have the 3 o'clock focus later, as well at 2:45. But yeah, should be an interesting one. Can Burnley stop Chelsea from going within 3 points of Arsenal until the North London derby tomorrow? So yes, folks, you will hear that a lot this weekend. Derby Day in London tomorrow. And the biggest derby in London, need I mention. Turf Moor most certainly has had a lift up, as you can see in TNT Sports' pictures, with an instalment of screens and plastic seats. It looks a lot better. I'm not going to lie on the TV view now. And I have to say, it was a really pleasant away day, this. I think the Chelsea fans will be a bit tired because of the 12:30 kickoff and the long journey up north. But I think that they'll enjoy themselves today. I mean, it most certainly was an enjoyable away day for me. So the players then in that good old Turf Moor tunnel. So can Burnley stop Chelsea? That's the question. But at the same time, we ask, can Chelsea keep their cool and get all 3 points at Turf Moor? Kickoff is in around about 3 minutes' time, and they're just going through the team news now on TNT Sports, which is the place that you can watch this match today live in your subscription on TNT Sports 1 HD and TNT Sports Ultimate. Well, I'm just trying to have a look for that away end, and I believe that it's actually behind where the TV camera is right now. Yeah, because the screens were directly in front of you at the away end. I believe they have changed the location of the away end this season. So the away fans will be behind the TV camera, it appears. I think, yeah. There you go. That Barnfield construction stand. That's where the away fans are housed. The Barnfield construction stand, which is, yeah. And then, yeah, you've got the screens right in front of you. But, yeah, like I said, it's definitely had a facelift, Turf Moor. On the outside, looks grim. And we've got our Club Brugge fan who's back in the house. Welcome into Wimmel Fight 4413. Welcome aboard to you. How you doing? Good to see you. Welcome aboard. Club Brugge are playing Charleroi. Do you think that'll be a win? Yes, I don't know that many teams in the Netherlands. I think. 3-0 you're going for. Nice. Well, 3-0 was my prediction not too long ago when I visited Turf Moor with Arsenal. It was a 2-0 win for Arsenal. I underestimated Burnley a little bit based on, well, previous results. So I wonder what the Chelsea fans in that away end that I was in a couple of weeks ago will be thinking about this one. Bear in mind, they've had about 2.5 hours less time to think about the match because our kickoff time was 3 o'clock at Turf Moor. But obviously here is a Saturday lunchtime kickoff for Chelsea, who are only a little bit further down in London than Arsenal. Of course, housed in West London. We, of course, are in North London. There are a few former Chelsea faces in the Burnley team today, including the likes of Leslie Ugochukwu, who is one, and I am bloody echoing like you wouldn't believe as well. Hopefully, it isn't too prominent throughout the stream. If it is, I will try and extinguish the issue. So another question we're going to ask as they're panning over the managers is, has Scott Parker finally found a bit of stability at a club? Because he's failed at plenty of Premier League clubs such as Fulham, Bournemouth. But has he found his stabilising place now? Is he now stable, do we think, at Burnley? That's another question. Today's referee is the referee who has refereed the last two meetings between Arsenal and Manchester City at the Emirates Stadium, Peter Banks. And the referee for the North London derby this weekend is Michael Oliver. Here we go then. Chelsea with the chance to move to within 3 points of Arsenal until the North London derby tomorrow. But they are tasked with beating all Burnley at Turf Moor, which for some, such as Liverpool, has not proved to be an easy task. It was very difficult for Liverpool to get a win. And in fact, it was, I think, a late penalty conceded or something. For Arsenal, we got the job done in the first half. I mean, I'll be honest with you. The second half of that Burnley-Arsenal game, we were in the away end practically just shouting at Chris Kavanagh because we don't like Chris Kavanagh. He was the ref. Chris Kavanagh, it's all about you. And we were begging for a third goal. Yes, I most certainly would do Turf Moor again if Burnley are to stay up. But the next definite away day that I'll be doing with Arsenal after the most recent TV update will be Leeds United away. So Elland Road can welcome me. Because as you guys know, here on Realltom Football, if it kicks off at 3 o'clock, I'm on my way to visit you. I'm going to go for a 2-0 win for Arsenal. Comfortable, clean sheet, done. 3 points. So yes, just to reiterate that for you, the next definite away day that I'll be doing is Leeds United away for Arsenal because that is a 3 o'clock kickoff. And you guys know that 3 p.m. games take priority for my attendances of matches. Which means that I may not be able to attend a Nottingham Forest away, which is a little bit. I mean, I will be a little bit. Well, oh, cross swung in. Is there some news on Trossard? The only real absentee we've got is the best centre back in the world, Gabriel, who got injured in a friendly for Brazil against Tunisia at the Emirates Stadium. Hopefully, our big centre-back, our most important player, can get back to fitness quickly. But Leandro Trossard has actually been in a Sky Sports video recently. I think, I don't know when it was uploaded, but it was him against Jamie Carragher answering questions, I think, or something like that. Well, Peter Banks has got a bit of sorting out to do. He's just looked at Rob Sanchez there, absolutely bemused. Definitely one of the underdogs in the Premier League refereeing roster, Peter Banks, I have to say. I personally like him. I think he's okay. I think he's a bit of an unrecognised charm because I think people don't really know him that well, and actually he's an all right ref when he gets put in the big games. Should be. I've not heard anything about him being injured, so should be. Well, here come Burnley on the attack, yes. Well, Chelsea wearing the exact same colour that Arsenal wore to Turf Moor, white. The difference is the colour of shorts, because ours were burgundy/red, and theirs are more of a black with kind of white, green and red dashes over it. Ah, nice. Yeah, I'm not going to lie. I kind of switched off after Scotland had qualified, really, a bit. But there was a fair bit of news that has come out over the course of this week, including the new TV rights for the Champions League and all UEFA club competitions, in which sees that after 2027, TNT Sports will lose every single bit of their European UEFA club rights, because Paramount Plus, in partnership with Amazon Prime Video, have gained Champions League rights from 2027, and Europa League and UEFA Conference League rights have been gained by Sky Sports. So I do not know where the future sits now for TNT Sports. What a ball by Anthony over the top. Can Burnley make the most of it? Big block. Chalabar with the block. It was a very, very boring international break from an England point of view, and it's because our games, firstly, were Thursday, Sunday, and second of all, we were already qualified, so nothing really mattered to us. I have to say, though, last Saturday I got a great game in League 2. I'm just trying to think who it was. Oh, that's right. It was Gillingham against Crawley. It was a great game, that. Really enjoyed that. Really enjoyed that. Yeah, Gillingham against Crawley. That was a great game. Particularly in the second half. It was a great game to watch, that Gillingham Crawley. Really enjoyed that game. I have actually got to check some bet slips, because yesterday I was supposed to come live to you for Preston against Blackburn, but I had decided that I needed to do Premier League predictions, so I just decided to flog it. We're not going to talk about that till tomorrow, Ashik. Well, Burnley most certainly not afraid to be on the front foot in this match. It's been pretty 50-50, and they are coming forward with intent. Right, yesterday, Preston Blackburn, it finished 2-1 to Blackburn Rovers. These bet slips are now invalid. Well, it's not going to save me from having a trip to Coral tomorrow, because still I need to go to Coral because of the Coral Football Super Series. Yes. I know. I was a little bit behind schedule yesterday, Ashik. I was a bit behind the schedule. I've had a lot of work to do this week. Yeah, that's another thing I'll say. With it being the international break, there has been a lot of work for me to do on my mystery shopping app, which is a good thing because I have been pretty much all week long not really had a chance to breathe because I've had so much mystery shopping to do. So I have been busy this week. Excellent play from Burnley, and here's a chance. Jaden Anthony's the same again, running forward well, but just getting blocked off at the end. Probably not. I've got my New Year's mystery tour, of course, on the coach, which happens every year. That will not change either. There is not, yeah, I mean, that will be pretty much every year, really, I can tell you. The New Year's mystery tour. We don't plan to stop it. It's a tradition, so... And then in the summer, I will probably book a late holiday for maybe 2 or 3 days. Probably somewhere down south, maybe up north, but probably not. There was a lot of influence towards the south. I'm not going to lie, I had a lot of South Coast time this summer. Like, I have spent an awful lot of summer on the South Coast this year. Obviously being in Brighton, beautiful weather, Southampton, Bournemouth. I've not really been up north at all this year, to be honest with you. Burnley is the furthest north I've been. Anthony, it's great play by Burnley. It's a great block. Burnley playing well. Most certainly in this game, most certainly a threat, most certainly looking for a goal. Cucurella clears that one away. And this is exactly what I was talking about in Premier League predictions and in the preview today. Burnley can turn up the tempo. Burnley can make it difficult at their home. And they're doing just that right now to Chelsea. And that is the reason why, as well, on the Bet Builder today, I have put a double chance for Burnley or Chelsea to win with no backing of a draw, because you don't know. Burnley could. Oh, that's Chelsea's first attack in a while. No problems for the goalkeeper whatsoever. And I can definitely hear echoing. I'm going to try and fix the issue at half time. Yeah, it sounds metallic to me, so I think it's a can that I'm echoing off. But all of the cans on my desk right now are closed cap cans because they are mega monsters as opposed to standard ones, which means you can reseal the cap. just chuck that one down there, see if that makes a difference. Ah, I see what it is. It's because I haven't bleeding turned it over. That's why. And it's so close to the desk. Right. That should make a difference, and it does. I can tell immediately. Too expensive, Ashik. You don't want to waste your money on that. No. Oh, no. Don't buy a Spurs shirt. Buy an Arsenal shirt. Tackle by Pedro. Wasn't clean, according to Peter Banks. It was given the free kick. Oh, Tom and Charlie. I mean, I'm not being funny, but I think Charlie will want to join in with the fan cams tomorrow, to be fair. Fake one on. Don't buy off Temu. Buy off DHgate. DHgate is better. Don't use Temu. Don't use Temu for football shirts. Use DHgate. Fraser, welcome in. How you doing? Good to see you. Welcome aboard. Mr. B. Harry. Fraser is also saying hello to you. Ah, do you? Well, that's good. But yeah, it is our Christmas light switch on today, Phrase. That's why we are not doing the 5:30 kickoff today. For anybody who was wondering, where's the 5:30 kickoff? There's your answer. I am a Christmassy person. I do like Christmas. So that I mean, if I can, I will go to these type of things. So that's the reason. And to be honest with you, I don't think it's going to be that good of a game. Realltom, I tell you what we'll do. If Fraser's okay to use his voice on live stream, I'm not saying you have to reveal your face, and obviously you as well, then we can do a Ludo live stream on here. But I need your voices at least. I mean, I can get away without you having your face cams on, but I need voices. If you could, yeah. So yeah, if you guys are both going to agree to put your voices on, we'll do it. Oh no, you join on here. I'd have to find a way to set it up on here. Because I don't, well, you know, it would be on here because we'd have to share the screen. So no, it would be on here. StreamYard. And by the way, if you don't know what StreamYard is, there is a link on every description of every upload. You what StreamYard is. So if you just go down to the bottom of the description, that will tell you a bit more about StreamYard. And that is what we use to bring you live streams and also videos. Can be a pretty handy tool, StreamYard. Here's Jamie Bino Gittins. There's the flick. And Anthony's got something to chase, but couldn't quite get there. It is Chelsea in possession now. But it is an even Stevens game. It's interesting, most certainly. I mean, it's going to be good. At half time, just to let you guys all know, there is going to be a promo happening at half time of this stream for the North London Derby. I have got a promo which has been prepared and edited. So there will be a promo at half time of this stream, just to let you guys all know. And if you want to play a little bit of Spot What Tom's Done, then you can tell me what is hidden inside the audio after it's played. Oh, powerful strike, but straight at Rob Sanchez. And another thing I'll say as well, you can't call me on Instagram. It has to be through here. If we're doing it, it has to be through here. Because obviously we need to be able to share the screen, so... Whew. Strawberry, raspberry, cherry, it just works. I'll tell you a little bit something about this. Strawberries do not work in these on their own. But if you add a raspberry to it, because raspberries are very, very crucial, actually, in flavours of e-liquids, and you add a cherry as well, it really sparks up the strawberry. But the trouble is with strawberry is it's not a powerful enough fruit on its own to generate a good flavour in vapour. Because strawberries, yes, they're juicy, they're lovely, but they aren't that powerfully flavoured. So that's why a strawberry needs to kind of be combined with something. But raspberries, on the other hand, they could go with almost anything in a vape and it will work to perfection. Yep, and then that's it for today. Sorry to break your hearts like that, but I'm not going to lie. I kind of get the sense that anyway, Newcastle Man City game, feeling a bit about it. Because I just don't think Newcastle are going to do anything. I don't think it's going to be exciting. I think City will get the win. I think that Newcastle will let themselves down. So I'm not too fussed about letting that one slip. But yes, not the 3 p.m. focused. It's the 3 o'clock focus. That's exactly what I said in my predictions yesterday. And by the way, just for reference, any predictions that you see in my Premier League predictions videos are aligned with Super 6 and the Ladbrokes 1, 2, 3. Which includes City 2, Newcastle 1, Leeds 1, Aston Villa 0, and Arsenal 2, Spurs 0. Trevor Chalobah. We're in the 25th minute now of this first half. It's Burnley 0, Chelsea 0. I mean, there's not been too many events, but the game most certainly has been interesting, and Burnley are very much in it. Bog off! Don't forget, who's the home side? Who's the home side? It's at the Emirates. Home or away, we beat them. But who's at home? Arsenal. Bog off. Easy win for Spurs. Look, I'm not pleased about it being at the Emirates. Yeah? Yeah? Do you get that? But it is what it is. I moaned my arse off because the first derby of the season was at home for us. I didn't want it. I wanted the away derby first. But it is what it is. We're at home. I have to suck it up, but we're going to beat them. Oh, we can beat them without him. Delusional, delulu. Do you really think we can beat Tottenham Hotspur only if we've got Gabriel? Give it a rest. We'll just chuck mascara in. Look, me, Charlie, and all the Arsenal fans love Big Gabby. But we know we can beat Spurs without him. At home, most certainly. Like, Derby Day is just different. Like, Derby Day tends to increase performances of players. I don't think it will be an issue for us tomorrow. In other games, probably. But tomorrow, I think with the type of game it is, I think because we're at home, I don't think it will cause that much of an issue, in my opinion. Yeah, I think it's a groin injury he's got, though, Gabby. I think it's his groin. It's not a hamstring. It's not an ACL, so that's two things that are bonuses. There's space again for Burnley. Can they make the most of it this time? Ball across his cutout. And it was in towards Zian Fleming, but in there defensively was Josh Ashimpong. No, Andre Santos for Chelsea. Ignore me. No, Josh Ashimpong's not playing. Yeah, I'm not going to lie. It's a little bit hard to remember every Chelsea player because they've got so many players. Forward to Liam Delap. And Estev holding him off. Offside flag is up. I mean, Burnley have most certainly made this interesting just by playing to a suitable standard because Chelsea have a lot of weaknesses. And if Burnley just turn up and play their way, without worrying about it, oh, it's Chelsea, then they can cause Chelsea problems. And that's, I mean, I use that Man United-Chelsea game as an example as to what Chelsea are a lot, because Manchester United really exemplified what you have to do to Chelsea to make them really, really hurt. And that is to just simply go at them 100 miles an hour, because they'll get frazzled up. It'll cause red cards. I mean, it's a real credit to United for how they start the game. Chelsea were completely and utterly screwed. Here's Cucurella, picked out by João Pedro, and that's good defending by Kyle Walker to get back at number 11, who is Gittins, Bino Gittins, don't know. João Pedro picks it up. Liam Delap, return to João Pedro, looking to feed it inside to Enzo Fernandez, who went through the middle, but the Burnley defence got back quickly and did its job. Picked up by Chalabar, tries a shot from range, might have taken a deflection, but no problem for Dubravka. And I wonder if there was a slight deflection which took the power away from it, because it was quite a weak shot. Well, Chelsea coming forward again. Enzo Fernandez in a tight spot, fended off by the Burnley defenders, and it's a free kick now to Burnley as well. Was it a foul off the ball on Jadon Anthony? I didn't really see the foul. I didn't see any infringement with what Enzo Fernandez did. If we can get a replay, that'd be nice, but I think it was a foul off the ball on So Burnley, numbers forward, every single shirt except for Dubravka is in. Chelsea's half, and Dubravka's free kick wasn't the best, cut out by Reece James, but the rebound does fall to Burnley. Hartman. It's going to go back to Dubravka. Cullen. There's been a real patience about Burnley the way they've played today. It definitely gives... there's definitely reflections of that Liverpool game about this, because Burnley most certainly are being patient. They're playing football. They're not rushing things. They're most certainly in the game. James, Adebayo, forward. Pedro, Chalabar joins in. I think that is Jamie Bino getting to the left, number 11, but I can't properly tell. The white shirts don't help. I'm saying it as it is. White and black on a football shirt do not go together. Not the way Chelsea do it. I can see the numbers, but I can barely see the names. As with Burnley's kit, you've got that nice dark purple claret colour, and then you've got the white writing, which makes it easy to spot the names. Yeah, it is a problem with Chelsea, as well as them having so many players. So Delap, nice touch. He's got an overlapping run, and it could be a goal for Jamie Bino Gittins. What a crucial intervention by Kyle Walker, who slid in well and cut out the danger. Good defending. Top quality from Kyle Walker, because as you can see on this Replay on TNT Sports. Jamie Bino-Gittins is ready. He's running down that left channel. And Walker, what a tackle. Top defending by Kyle Walker there. Preventing what could have been a goal after a good first half by Burnley. 11 minutes to go in the first half. That is going to be a corner via deflection of Jaden Anthony, I think. First real burst of pace from Chelsea. First real problem cause for Burnley. I mean, there may have been more, but that was the first noticeable one. In towards the near post and behind by Hartman out for another corner. Teased it up. And Enzo Fernandez on close range. Cucurella follows it up. So he left Manchester City, went to AC Milan, and I think that was a loan, maybe, I don't know, and then came back, maybe, and then went to Burnley. It was that kind of sequence anyway. Walker to AC Milan, then to Burnley. I'm not sure whether it was a loan or not, like I say. It could have been. He's doing okay though in a Burnley shirt, and to be fair, he's what? 38 now, is he? Walker? How old is he? Kyle Walker. He is 35 years old. So I think that to be at Premier League level, to be playing for Burnley, you know what I mean, and still at his best, it's probably suitable for him. And 1-0 to Chelsea. They have scored, as I was talking about Kyle Walker. Pedro Neto is the player celebrating. It's a goal that has been coming in the last 5 minutes as Chelsea is starting to turn it up. And Chelsea have their lead in the first half. Cucurella with that first touch in a tight spot. Gets it out to Bino-Gittins. It's a great hung ball. And Neto just takes full advantage to get the header. It goes just over the head of his teammate in close proximity, Enzo Fernandez. But he's ready to head that into the back of the net for 1-0 Chelsea. I'm an Arsenal fan. And I was at Turf Moor for our fixture against Burnley. We were, I believe, 2-0 up by this stage of the game. And that is how it remained for the entire of the game. Well, Burnley's bright start to the first half has been dampened slightly by a Chelsea goal. That's a goal kick. It'll disrupt the flow of Burnley a bit, that. Be a bit of a confidence blow. So Scott Parker will want to probably reel them in at half-time and say, look, lads, it's not over. Play as you were in the first half. Play your game and get back into this game. Or at least try. That's what Scott Parker will be thinking now. Just get into half-time 1-0 down or 1-1. Don't let it get to 2-0. back to the Brav Cup. It's a free kick. Peter Banks spotting infringement, awarding the free kick. 6 minutes just under for the break, plus added time, of course. And Jordan Hyman is here as well. Welcome aboard to you. How you doing? Good to see you in here, Jordan. And welcome aboard to you. How are you? Good to see that you're okay. We haven't heard from you in a while because of the tragedies in Jamaica. But how are you? Okay. Well, Neto looking fresh, but fresh off the international break. Has a new card to add to his tally from Peter Banks because he's just been booked. Everything's starting to get back together again. I take it there's going to be a lot of construction going on now in Jamaica for the next year or two to reconstruct the damage. But Adrabaya on the ball. Cucurella. Walker going in for the tackle. Hazard is here. Welcome in. Florentino. And Ugochukwu there in Cucurella. Just lost out. Both fell on top of each other. And Pedro then Delap with the run. And it's too close to the goalkeeper. Pedro Neto was making the run to the centre of the 6-yard box, but too close to the goalkeeper. Don't know. Were we 1080p before? I can try and... So the quality's worse. You see, I can never really tell because when I'm looking at it on my screen, it transmits as a very clear picture. But then on YouTube, yeah, it does look a little bit worse. So I'll have a look at that before I start the 3 o'clock focus. I mean, I can't change it now because we're already live in 720p. No, to be fair, the webcam is 720p. I might open a PO box though, and maybe some people can send me some webcams to try out. Yeah. To be fair, I don't know what the internal camera on the laptop is like, actually. I haven't tried it. 1440p, Ugreen 25 quid. I'll try that. And I might contact Ugreen and see if I can get a little freebie taster for a review. I should do that, actually. Contact brands and say, look, give me a freebie. Let me try it. But no, as current, the next investment for me is going to be a new phone. And then from there, we'll invest in the new camera, the new cameras. I do need a new phone because this one is not only old and slow, but also its selfie camera's not working properly. Anything with the hex code C8102E will be rejected, Fraser. That is Liverpool's hex code, C8102E. 2 minutes to go before the break. You can do that, and I'll add a red ribbon to it if we win the league. Well, just a reminder for you all, folks, I am going to give you a lot of these really throughout the season, but the next attendance alert is coming in around about 12 days' time, because Arsenal against Brentford in the Premier League will be the next time that I attend an Arsenal fixture. So that is Wednesday, the 3rd of December. About 12 days' time, you will get an attendance alert to inform you that I will not be here for that game. Oof. And I am bitterly annoyed at Sky because they decided to televise our home game against Leeds, but not our away game against them. And that now puts me in a rather sticky spot because I had full plans to attend Nottingham Forest away, but I probably can't do that now because I have to prioritise 3 p.m. games. So I am quite annoyed at Sky. There's the half-time whistle, though. It's 1-0 to Chelsea. Pedro Neto with a goal. Half-time score, Burnley 0, Chelsea 1. Yeah. So, yeah, a little bit annoying that because I love the City ground. I mean, the City ground itself, the club, big place in my heart. And it's a very easy away trip for me. So, to say the least, I am disappointed that the likelihood of me being able to go to the City ground now, because of that Leeds game not being on telly, is lower than the height of my ankle. It would literally need to be like a jackpot win or something, because the cash levels would just not be enough to compensate for 2 away games in a row, like like that, with the FA Cup and the Carabao Cup surrounding. So yeah, if I can't attend that Forest away game, that'll only make me want Forest to stay up even more. So yeah, thank you for that one, Sky. I do appreciate it. I'm not going to go into that. Because that's not what it's about, to be fair. But yeah, I'm not saying I need to win the lottery, like 10 million quid. I just need like at that time of the year, I will need probably about a 300 quid cash boost to be able to accommodate both of those two away games. And not forgetting as well, if we get to the Carabao Cup final, I will be investing on a ticket to Wembley. I've got a little bit more flexibility at this time of the year because of the international breaks in the middle, only Carabao Cup. But once the FA Cup comes in, it's a whole different ball game. Because obviously for the FA Cup, I like to contribute to other clubs as well, whilst attending Arsenal games. So, like, if Arsenal are at home in the FA Cup, I will try and contribute to another club by attending one of their games, like I've done with Norwich previously and stuff like that. So that's my stance on it, really. So yeah, like I said, the likelihood is now low. The only thing that I would there's no way. I don't think there's any way that we'll be able to get that fixture moved, actually, because Leeds are not in European competition. There are no restrictions of UEFA to force us to play on a Sunday. But there is for us to not play on a Sunday and on a Saturday. So I don't think there's any way we're getting that fixture moved. So it's bitterly disappointing. Because I do like Forest. You know what I mean? Their fans like us as well. It's a bit of a happy place for me, really. The City Ground. I've got some good memories from there as a neutral. I told you guys last season how I had that kind of respite from a bad season for Arsenal going to that Forest Ipswich game, and the penalty shootout win for them was just a celebration. Do you know what I mean? Really, it was like wow. So yeah, that's my stance. No, that Ipswich game was absolute. I mean, I won't forget that. You know, I mean, I'm not a Forest fan, but I will not forget that because of how close I was to Nuno doing his backflip and all that shit. I literally was like meters away from Nuno doing a backflip, so on the pitch. It was crazy. No, I will not forget that one. So, folks, just an update on the Ashes, Australia, England, the second test. And I think it's not going too well for England. I don't understand cricket that much, but most certainly a certain someone in the house to be keeping an eye on it on TNT Sports, the Ashes. And yeah, I think Wales are playing the All Blacks a little bit later on. For anybody who's interested in that. Or is that rugby? Oh, that's rugby, I think, actually. Let's see. Wales versus the All Blacks. Kickoff's at 3:10 for it. I think it is today. 3:10. Yeah, Wales versus the All Blacks, Rugby Union, TNT Sports. Yeah. Oh, Burnley penalty claim here. I haven't seen this, so let's have a little look. Oh, deliberate handball. I see, because Sanchez has kicked the ball. I see what Jolene Lescott's saying here. So it's a restart. Sanchez completes the restart. Chalabar touches it with his hand. So that was the penalty claim. Not really a usual penalty claim, but definitely one for Burnley. We'll be back, folks, for the second half very shortly. But here's a little promo because it's Derby Day tomorrow. Day tomorrow in North London is Arsenal against Spurs. Kick-off is at 4:30. All the build-up from 4:15. Humongous North London derby in the offing. Once again, the kick-off is at 4:30 tomorrow on Super Sunday. You won't want to miss it. Can anybody guess what I sneaked in there? Did you hear it? I hope you heard it, because I heard it. It was quite hard to edit that in, but I thought, oh yeah, this'll do. The Tottenham players hang their heads. Is this going to be Arsenal's day on Derby Day? And that was commentary from Darren Fletcher after Granit Xhaka scored his last North London derby goal as an Arsenal player. Because just before that, I had to be careful because the original clip that I made on Wednesday had said Granit Xhaka makes it 3-1 to Arsenal. I was like, oh no, I don't want to put that in. Don't get me wrong, Granit Xhaka making it 3-1 to Arsenal is great, but I didn't want that in that clip. And just to clear the water as well, our promos will be audioless in the replays of the stream. So if you are watching on the replay and you've seen that promo, it will be silent for you because due to copyright reasons, we have to silence it after the game, the stream has ended. So basically, it can only be you can only hear the audio. You can only hear the audio at time of viewing because of that commentary that I've put in. World Champions League is back on TNT Sports and Amazon Prime Video. Match day 5 is next week. It is Arsenal against Bayern Munich. And of course, as you guys all should know now, TNT Sports' Champions League rights are ending in 2027 because Paramount Plus have taken the large majority, with Amazon Prime Video being the broadcasting partner to them, retaining their Tuesday night top pick. Well, the Principality Stadium, Cardiff. Look at the scenes. It's Wales against the All Blacks. And I'm sure there's a certain someone downstairs will be keeping an eye on that one. The kickoff is at 3:10. The build-up from 2 o'clock on that one for TNT Sports, with Wales against the All Blacks. To be honest with you, Phrase, my worry is more with TNT Sports, actually. For me, that is a huge blow to them. When you consider that European football was their thing, it was what was keeping them alive. But now, with one Premier League game a week and FA Cup every now and again, it leaves TNT in a real rut. So what can TNT do to resolve it? You know what I mean? Could this be the slow death of TNT Sports, perhaps? Losing those rights? Because Sky are not going to give up their Premier League rights and allow TNT to have more. Sky want to increase. I mean, Sky getting the Conference League and the Europa League is a massive blow for TNT. That won't happen though, will it? Now, so no, TNT Sports have now got to find a way to. I mean, they're going to have to bid for the EFL, in my opinion. They're going to have to bid for the EFL. I think the wise thing for TNT to do would be to say, look, when the 3 p.m. blackout ends, Sky, you take all of them games at 3 p.m. and 5:30 and whatever, but we want the Saturday lunchtimes, perhaps. TNT needs something to grab onto. Needs to be something for them. So I think that when they lose those rights for UEFA, they've got to make a port of call to the EFL. Otherwise, TNT will slip and slip and slip. They'll end up going bust. You can't survive on broadcasting one Premier League game a week without Champions League, Conference League, Europa League. I mean, I dread to think the revenue lost just by Amazon Prime Video streaming one game a week at the minute in the Champions League. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, I mean, that's my point of view. But if I was TNT and I was Warner Brothers Discovery Plus, I would be thinking straight away now, go to the EFL. End the 3 p.m. blackout, renegotiate the rights. Potentially, it's a change that may require TNT to give up their Saturday lunchtime rights in the Premier League and change that to something else. But they could probably get the 12:30s in the EFL if they wanted it. And Sky could have the 3 p.m s given the 3 p.m. blackout ends. It's long-term thinking, but TNT have got to find a way. Because I think now that Paramount Plus has got those rights, that is it. Like, I don't think Paramount Plus will let those rights go now. Nor will Amazon. And Netflix as well are starting to get into the Premier League talk, so it's a slippy road for TNT Sports. There is a technical issue with the referee's assistant. A linesman. Well, we are nearing the second half getting underway. Yeah, having to be rewired, look. They all sorted? I think Reece James is being substituted, is he? In his coat. With a smile on. Right, second half at Turf Moor. Slight delay because of a referee technical issue. But nevertheless, we're back underway. Burnley 0, Chelsea 1. Can Burnley get themselves back into it? Or will the 3 points be Chelsea's? And like I said before half-time, Scott Parker will want to reel them in at half-time, 1-0 down or even 1-1. Look. And they just need to play their game, try and get back into it, Burnley. I'm not sure if they will, but they've got to try. I mean, look, they're already in a better position than what they were against us, because obviously they were 2-0 down at half-time to us. They're only 1-0 down here. It is there for Burnley if they play their way and they do the right things. Chelsea are not a strong team if you trigger their vulnerabilities, which there are a lot of. Chelsea are probably one of the most vulnerable teams in the Premier League or England. It's just a case of who triggers those vulnerabilities. Manchester United have been the most exemplary in triggering those vulnerabilities so far. We are going to have a little look into the EFL, where we can check some scores at where it is a losing scoreline for Coventry at the minute, but West Bromwich are being down to 10 men, 5-1 Southampton lead against Charlton Athletic, who've been high-flying at the minute. Bristol City leading Swansea City 2-0. League One, there has been a postponement for the Exeter against Burton game, but it is a lead for Plymouth Argyle at Port Vale, 1-0 at the minute. And there are 2 games in League Two where it is Gillingham 1, Barnet 1, and Harrogate 1-0 down against Walsall at home. And of course, we will be keeping you across all the scores in England and as well European-wide as well in the 3 o'clock focus, which is the next and final stream of today's Saturday. Normally, we would have a Saturday evening game, but on this one occasion, there will be no Saturday evening game today because of Christmas lights, which are happening locally to me, which I am going to be enjoying. So yes, for anybody who was wondering about that, that is the reason why you cannot see a stream today. I mean, nobody's mentioned it, but I'm sure people have been going in their heads, well, hang on a minute, that looks a bit strange. Forward by Trevor Chalabar. Gives Neto something to chase. Neto has had a good game in the first half. Pedro Neto for Chalabar. And away it goes. Well, some big games, some big excitement at 3 o'clock in the Premier League. Wolves against Crystal Palace should be intriguing. Fulham against Sunderland. Liverpool against Nottingham Forest. Brighton against Brentford. And Bournemouth against West Ham. Liverpool against Forest. Free kick here. Andre Santos is the player down, and he looks to be in a bit of pain. Oh, I'm sorry, people. I shouldn't have chuckled like that, but oh, Liverpool Forest. Well, I tell you what, there is, by the looks of things, a VAR check in progress, and you would suspect it is for a potential red card for serious foul play. Peter Banks has got his finger on the earpiece. I've got no indication of it yet. But if I do get any indication or word of VAR check in progress, the banner will come across the screen to inform you that this is going to be a red card check. Well, Andre Santos being escorted off by the medics. I think he's going to come straight back on. Just testing out the legs. And the Chelsea fans are singing the exact same chant as the Arsenal fans were. Burnley's a shithole. I want to go home. Yeah. The outskirts of Burnley are a bit of a shithole. The trains are a bit of a shithole. But actually, Burnley's kind of town centre is not too bad because I walked across a market. Yes, I know, a market. And it has a Wetherspoons. So it wasn't that much of a shithole because there was a market, there was a Spoons, and the stadium wasn't too far of a walk. Oh, Liam Delap looks promising for Chelsea. Takes on Esteve and kind of weaken the attack really in the end. Has to be quicker with decision making. Adrabaya onto Cucurella. Cucurella. Big block. And it will be. Still 1-0 Chelsea. So Chelsea corner from it coming in from the left. I haven't checked the stats as of yet. That's a punch by Dubravka. This is a presumption that you're a Chelsea fan here, but user WN6ZI6LG7M says Chelsea's the best. Very much an opinion. An opinion which I don't agree with. In this game, yes. If you haven't already, do make sure you are smashing a like on the stream. We're on 4 likes at the minute. We're aiming for 5, as always. And the poll has 12 votes so far. 83% of the voting is backing Chelsea for the win. 8% have backed Burnley to win. And 8% have said draw. I don't think destroy, because I don't think City have got it in them. But I just don't think Newcastle will turn up enough. They'll turn up a little bit for the occasion, but not enough to hurt Manchester City. So I'm going to go for a narrow 2-1 victory for Manchester City. Not what I want, but I've got to be realistic with the predictions. Hopefully not. 2-0 for the Arsenal. Come on, you Gunners. Ooh. I know why you're saying that, because you're a Chelsea fan and you want the gap to be 3 point. None. If we draw tomorrow, I will throttle somebody. And that lamppost will get kicked hard. What do you mean we shouldn't? We're at home. Oh, do you know what? No. Don't get involved, mate. It's Arsenal Tottenham. It is a North London derby. Chelsea do not know what they're talking about when it comes to it. You're just trying to rattle me. We're the fucking home team. We beat Spurs. I will lose the plot if we draw tomorrow. I swear. I wash it every day or two. Well, you can hear from the stadium effects that the Burnley fans are getting up and making some noise, and they are known for that, Burnley. I mean, I can tell you right now from my point of view that they are not a soppy fan base that just sit there and watch. They are loud, they do sing, and they most certainly interact with the away fans. So, yes. No, not plain tap water. As in a 3-in-1 soap thing, which can do hair, face, and body. Although I don't use it for hair. I use proper shampoo for hair. This is actually technically free for me because what basically happens is I get sent to the Co-op, which is our local shop, when she wants a meal deal downstairs. She will have a salad and a packet of crisps, but she does not like the drinks. So I can take any drink I like as part of the meal deal, and it's free. But normally this would be about £2.10. So yeah. Burnley 0, Chelsea 1. Is he? Hopefully that stub of the toe happens again. With your next opponents being us in the Premier League. However, There is a little bit of a sprinkle of confidence for Arsenal fans going into that Chelsea away day, because Arsenal are looking to go unbeaten in 8 consecutive games at Stamford Bridge. It is the longest unbeaten record of any away side at Chelsea Stamford Bridge. It is also our current longest away unbeaten streak out of any stadium in the United Kingdom. Neto inside of the post. Should have been 2-0 Chelsea. So yes, Arsenal currently unbeaten in 7 at Stamford Bridge, looking to make it 8. And do you know in the last, I think this decade, Chelsea have only scored 4 goals against us at home. Well, it is Chelsea's 8th corner of the game. Well, we want to protect our away winning streak. We are the kings of Stamford Bridge, unbeaten in 8, if we don't lose on Sunday. Currently 7. Oh, we are the Arsenal. We are the kings of the bridge. Allah, Allah. We'll give you hell because we are the kings of the bridge. Oh, what a chant that is. Crazy. We're unbeaten in, honestly, it is. It's a great unbeaten streak. It must really annoy you guys that you have not been. That will mean our unbeaten streak at Stamford Bridge goes to 8, Fraser. I would rather a 0-0 draw though as opposed to 2-2. Because of a clean sheet. We do like clean sheets. Allah, Allah, we'll give you hell because we are the kings of the bridge. Ole, Allah, we are the Arsenal and we are the kings of the bridge. Oh, it's not been touched in ages, mate. This is like, this mattress has not been slept on in 2 years. Honestly, like, it was a new mattress. I slept on it for about a year. And since I've lived here, it's just been there and it hasn't been slept on in 2 years. It is a memory foam mattress. And I would rather not, because that mattress is thicker. And if I was to put this one on, I'd be lower down on the bed, which would make me feel a bit heebie-jeebie about the room. I'm not going to tell, like, honestly, I would lose the plot if I changed the mattress because of the height. So, no. I mean, don't get me wrong. That's a spring mattress. That's memory foam. That should be more comfortable. But again, it's lower. To be fair, I've gotten used to that mattress as well now, so. sleeping stream. Oh no. Oh no. Definitely not. Oh. No, there's no way that you'll get the webcam on whilst I'm sleeping. No. What I do in bed is between me only. That was supposed to last until 5 o'clock, but I've necked it already. Oh, well. It has kept me off this, though. Haven't touched it too much in this stream, which is kind of a good thing, I suppose. And I haven't touched my bloody biscuits either. Christ. Normally, I'm all over these jam biscuits. I've only ate one. Maybe today, my body's acting a bit differently because I'm not telling myself that they need to last until 7:30 today. Do you know what I mean by that? Like, it's as if when your body doesn't need to make them last until, let's say, like for another, 2 hours, it doesn't want to eat them. But when you are challenged with making it last up until 7:30 from 12:30 or 12:15, it's more difficult to do that challenge. I think that might be what it is today. My body's not getting the urge to eat the biscuits because of the lower time frame of the day. Here's Zian Fleming. Yeah, because, I mean, you guys will all know it. You've seen it before. You've seen it where very normally on a Saturday when I'm doing a full set, I'm almost out of biscuits by 5:30. Do you know what I mean? I think it might just be my body telling me, you don't need to eat. Well, just not feeling the urge. They'll be gone by tomorrow, though. They will. I'll make sure of it. Although for saying that, I'm going to be filled with roast pork in a bit. That is exactly what it will be as well. I already know what I'm having for my dinner. It'll be hog roast cobs of roast pork with stuffing. So my body will struggle to fit the biscuits in. Triple change for Burnley. Zian Fleming, Leslie Ugochukwu and Jaden Anthony being replaced. Hannibal Medri is coming on, as well as Armando Broya, the former Chelsea player, and Lyle Foster making his way onto the pitch as well. So triple Burnley change now taking place. And they've got just under 90 minutes to find their way back into this one. 1-0 down against Chelsea. Offside flag is up there against João Pedro. Arsenal Bayern's Wednesday. Why couldn't that have been Tuesday? Honestly, that is such a John Champion Alan Shearer game. Sorry, but that should be John. Oh, that's annoyed me, that has, because I'm going to have to listen to Darren Fletcher. I mean, honestly, this is where you miss Rio Ferdinand. I'm sorry to say it, but this is where you miss Rio Ferdinand. Because in my opinion, Rio Ferdinand on commentary was quite good, if you ask me. Just adds that bit of to the Ali and Fletch. No phrase. Rio was good on comms with Darren and Ali. It worked. Honestly. Rio Ferdinand, I swear to you, Rio Ferdinand on commentary worked. It did work. Whether you like him or not, it did work. Pedro Neto, not quite. Ooh. Oh, by the way, TNT Sports will lose Ali McCoist. Sorry, can't speak. Will lose Ali McCoist when they lose the Champions League rights. They will. Oh, they will. I'm not saying it's confirmed, but they will. Ali McCoist will resign from TNT Sports when that happens. As to will Laura Woods, probably. Andre Santos from range. Wide. So, changes. João Pedro replaced by Mark Guiu is the change for Chelsea. Just a single one. And even though the clock is in the 76th minute, I would say there's about 15 minutes to go in this match when you consider added time. Jakob Brun-Larsen coming on for Burnley. Bit of a tussle there. And Peter Banks says play on. Cullen slipped. And Malo Gusto. Neto's free to the right. Neto cuts it back. Gusto's effort needed a tip over the bar from Martin Dubravka. And it will be a corner to Chelsea. Should have been 2-0 Chelsea. Sweeping move. Space opened up rapidly. Should have been 1-0 Chelsea. I think it's the wrong call from Pedro Neto to pass it back. Just go for the shot himself. Should be 2-0 Chelsea. So Pedro Neto to take the Chelsea corner. I think there's been about 10 of those now overall. 13 minutes to go plus added time. Pedro Neto. Comfortably away by the Burnley defence. Can they bring it away onto the counter-attack? And no, Lyle Foster was tackled there by Andre Santos, who's hurt again, holding his right ankle, I believe. The pain's directly on the joint. And Peter Banks is stopping the game and has a card in his hand. And it's going to be a card to Enzo Maresca. So yellow card for Maresca for his behaviour in frustration. And it is just a yellow card to Enzo Maresca. Here they go then. The players arriving now at the Principality Stadium in Wales. If you are interested in your rugby, Wales against the All Blacks is a rugby clash that you won't want to miss. The kickoff is at 3:10. Here's Tuanzebe, Burnley, looking to try and find a way back into this. Kyle Walker's cross should have been better. It should have been a switch. And that's what I sort of anticipated in my head. But gobbled up by Sanchez. They'll come back again. Slip through forward. Now work wide to the left. Lyle Foster uses the overlap. Hartman, deflect off 17. Corner it will be. I think that was Andre Santos. Yes, it is. Somehow still on the pitch after two rather nasty injuries that haven't lasted. Burnley's first corner of the game, the 10th overall though in the game. It must be great, being in that cricket club next door, because there is a cricket club next door to Turf Moor, and that's where the Arsenal fans, of course, were told to go as their kind of away hangout area. They must be thinking right now, ooh, a lot of noise, something must be happening. Benoit Badiashil's going to go into the book. I'm not sure if there'll be any cricket on today. I don't know. I mean, we were supposed to get a show. I mean, we were told by the staff members at the cricket club, you will get to see some cricket. But we didn't get to see some cricket. So I'll have to ask the Chelsea fans, did you get to see any cricket today? Because they will have been in that exact same cricket club. There's a VAR check in progress here, and it's going to be... It's going to be nothing. Play on. Right, corner retaken and comfortable catch for Rob Sanchez. And you can hear the boos. That's what I mean. The Burnley fans are not a quiet crowd. They most certainly are loud. They sing and shout for their club, home or away. And that was evident to us Arsenal fans who, some of us, didn't quite expect it as newcomers to Turf Moor. And you do get some fan bases where you go and you're just like, oh my God, so quiet. Like, I mean, I had a young lad tell me at Carrow Road, we don't really sing and shout, mate. I'm like, okay. But yeah, I won't tell a lie when I said that. I mean, yeah, like I say, I was going into Turf Moor that day. I did not expect a singing, shouting, and rather aggressive type of fan base in the sense of they were not afraid to sing and shout at all. Florentino replaced by Laurent here for Burnley with less than 6.5 minutes to go. Plus added time. It was actually quite funny, really, when we went to Turf Moor because, well, they were getting rattled by a lot of our chants. Because I told you there's a little block of home fans sort of like to the right-hand side of the away end. They were getting rattled by us. Are we going to get another goal in this game then? Burnley 0, Chelsea 1. Giving away to Cucurella. Cut out comfortably. Hartman cut it out. Well, plucked it out the sky, really. Here comes to Jakob Brun-Larsen. Armando Broja joining in. Burnley in search for an equaliser. Can they find it? No. The game is going to be stopped, though, because there's been a head clash. It is Trevor Chalobah involved for certain. And Peter Banks is calling for medics. There's the goal again. And it just is a little bit too heavy for Enzo Fernandez to reach. But Pedro Neto disguised positioned in front of his teammate and there to head it in comfortably. And that might be the winning goal of this match. But I did say yesterday it wouldn't be easy for Chelsea. And it hasn't been. It hasn't been. Like Burnley, that's the thing that's noticeable about Burnley. Because the season, the last time they were in the Premier League, they were kind of unrecognisable in a sense of they just seem to lose their way about them. But what's changed this year when they've come up is they're a bit more competitive now, it appears. That they seem to be up for it. Do you know what I mean? It just seems like a Burnley team that's more equipped to compete. That's kind of the key difference, almost immediately noticeable. Flixie, welcome to you, and good to see you, and welcome aboard to you, Flixie FC. How you doing? So, just under 3 minutes to go of normal time here. Flick by Brun Larsen, cross from Hannibal. There was nobody there, and it's comfortable for Gusto just to knock it back to the goalkeeper. And the counter break could be on with Pedro Neto, who at the minute is the match-winning goal scorer. Disguised ball, tight for Guyu. Guyu cuts it back, open goal, 2-0 Chelsea, game over. With 90 seconds left of the 90, they make it 2-0. Enzo Fernandez is off celebrating with the away fans. Burnley 0, Chelsea 2. It's not been easy, like I said it wouldn't be, but they've earned the win, and the 3 points look to be going back to Stamford Bridge. But like I said, Burnley have definitely not made it easy for Chelsea at all, and there was no expectancy for it to be easy for Chelsea coming here. And the game was sort of dragging along to a 1-0 scoreline, but then it's a well-timed run. It's a little bit of a spark from Guyu, who takes on his man, and then that cutback puts it on a plate for Enzo Fernandez, who puts it into an open net. And they have had to work hard to get this win, Chelsea. It's not been easy for them. But Burnley just haven't been able to quite puncture those vulnerabilities enough of Chelsea. And that's the difference today. And Enzo Fernandez with the run down the touchline celebration. Don't know if he's been booked for that. It was a great counter. It's good work from Guyu, though, to take on it. I mean, it was tight. Took on his man, though, Guyu. Cuts it back. The cutback, once the cutback happened, that's what I mean. Because he took on his man. He brought himself as far as he could. And there was nobody back. So just cut it back. Enzo Fernandez is there. Goalkeeper's in a mess. Open goal. Game over. It was a great goal. And 6 minutes of added time are in order here. There is time for Burnley, but I wouldn't expect them at this stage to find their way to a point. Technically being said, though, they could get a win here if they were to score a goal per 2 minutes. But that's not going to happen, is it? The odds on that will be so incredibly low. Yes, and it looks to be a winning bet builder. Over 2.5 cards, over 6.5 corners, over 1.5 goals, and a double chance for Burnley or Chelsea to win the match. And like I said today, Burnley were not going to make it easy for Chelsea. Very evident. And like I said, Chelsea are probably one of the most vulnerable teams in the Premier League and in England. But what you need to do against them is to be able to, yes, play well, but also puncture those vulnerabilities like Manchester United did so well at Old Trafford recently in the season. So that's the difference. Burnley have played good football and have played well, but haven't been able to puncture those vulnerabilities, which there are so many of for Chelsea. And if you do puncture their vulnerabilities, it really hurts them. Once you can puncture, if you can puncture Chelsea's vulnerabilities, you will be in daylight. And I referenced that United-Chelsea game so much because it's a real example of what you need to do as a team against Chelsea. That is exactly... I mean, I know United weren't great at that time of the season, but that is exactly what you need to do against Chelsea. Frazzle them up. Speed the game up. And it was really, if you're asking me, the way United did that was exactly the characteristic of United that I expected to see. United are known for that type of victory. By an absolute certainty, are they? Bog off. Yeah, United have had some great moments this season, really. I expect to see more like that from United as well. The Anfield victory was special for them. I mean, I was very quiet, very, very neutral about it, but I always sensed that victory at Anfield was very, very soon for United because there was just something about Maguire and the recent results at Anfield. It just felt like it was always going to happen at some point in the very near future at that time. So, yeah, that's my take on it. Really. Nearly 2:30. Perfectly timed. Has to be said. And as soon as we're done here, I do need to use the bog. But I can wait a minute. Oh, Breuer. Chance for a goal back. Got his shot away. But a comfortable catch. Sanchez, and you would expect that to be that pretty much. Less than half a minute now remains. Enzo Fernandez coming forward one last time for Chelsea. Oh. Here's Jamie Bino, Gittins, and Peter Banks is probably going to blow any minute now. He'll look at the watch. The 6 minutes are up, and there's the final whistle, and it's a hard-earned win for Chelsea. And like I said, early positives, played well, just couldn't quite puncture Chelsea's vulnerabilities, and that's the difference today. Final score is Burnley 0, Chelsea 2. Next up, Real Football is the final watch-along of the day. You can join us in 15 minutes' time for the 3 o'clock focus. Next up on Realltom Football.